All right, stay with me, people. I've been seeing something that my daughter sent me, and it kind of makes sense. All right, so the guy says, "What? No way!" Yeah, even though I said it kind of Irish. They're talking about jack stands and jacks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this to the test. Get another jack here. My son's using two of the three I got. Yeah, three, because one actually broke. So I know what it's like to hear that thing cracking and then the popping. All right, so let's. So what I usually use for cars that have like pinch wells is this little guy right here, flat, grooved, right, for the pinch wells. But when I'm not using that jack and I have the smaller one, which is right here, this, you can't put that on there. Otherwise it'll just slide off, death, right? So use the old trusty block. Yeah, I'm an older guy now, so I'm passing this along to you, young guy. Maybe use this, or not. It's up to you. And then what they said they were doing is they were pumping the jack up, and then they were putting it down, but they were using the jack stand, since the word means, I guess it's a stand for the jack. And with that being said, it would just hold into the groove, and then you were good to go. This thing takes forever. This is the reason why I don't use this as much. But this one is the SUV service jack by Big Red Jacks. So it's meant for SUVs, which I guess I have. Anyways, so you pop this thing up there. All right, let's turn this bad boy around real quick. So you pop it up, and they're like, "Oh, well, you can't put it down there. So what are we going to do?" So they were lifting it up, right? Lifting it up, the whole thing here. And well, this jack, it's a wee bit small. So if it was bigger, I guess it would actually fit. So let's that's step one, right? So let's just put that one over there, and then this one it would actually work for that one because it's bigger. All right, quick PSA, people. I just want to say that safety is paramount, and we want to make sure that you stay that way, all intact and stuff, and not a mushy mess on your floor. So the jack stands that you saw in the video, the blue one is a 2-ton and the red one is a 3-ton. Weird, I know, the smaller one is rated at more, but the outside is just a part of it. There's a bottle jack on the inside of the majority, if not all, of your jacks. So know that doesn't matter how big it is, you have to look at what it's rated for. But make sure that it's rated for the vehicle that you're lifting. So the blue one, I usually lift my cars with, and the red one, I lift my SUV or my truck with. So I would never use the blue one for a very large vehicle that is not rated for. And then also make sure that your jack stands are rated for the vehicle that you want to hold the weight of. So if you're using a 2-ton on a very heavy vehicle and you probably need a 3-ton, it's not the time to cheap out. You just need to go ahead and buy those, and it'll save your life. All right, so that one won't work. The width of it won't allow the jack to go underneath there, and that's just pretty dangerous, I think, to have it teeter and tottering like that. And so this is the bigger one, right? Some of you guys have, I guess, a smaller opening where this would fit right inside there. This one's a bit larger, but it already has a rubber pad on it, which is awesome, right? But you still don't leave the jack underneath the car and support it that way, and you put a jack stand. So anyways, you crank it up, right? Let's just go ahead, crank this bad boy up. Let's tighten it first, I guess. All right. Ooh, man, that's extremely quick, right? Bop, bop, bop. Take this one. Can't fit it this way. Like, you literally have to lift it up and over. Which is crazy to me because I think it's quite heavy, and then it fits, right? So, right now, what you're telling me is I have already lifted my car, right? So we got the car. Let's lift it. And then we're going to drop it down, right? Whee! Do that little number right there. Just pay attention. Let's push down a little bit. Why is it? Oh, it's because there's a flat piece here that doesn't work. Car. So what do you have to do? Now you have to lift the car back up, right? So let's tighten this back up. We'll lift it back up, right? So this is the actual car lifting, right? Beautiful car. Very beautiful car. And then the jack stand is still underneath there, but now the car's weight is on the jack. How do you lift the jack to get the jack stand back out? Listen, people, I love you much, but let's stop this. This doesn't make a lick of sense. Okay, doesn't make a lick of sense. Just cut it out.